Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I will be redoing this vintage waterfall style dresser. This piece is in okay condition. There are some repairs that need to be made, and there's some veneer that is missing, but overall it isn't too bad. I'm going to be doing a mixture of wood and paint on this one. In my area, these type of dressers are not super popular, so I'm not going to be taking a whole lot of time to restore this one or add different embellishments and things like that. My first repair I'm making is on this trim piece on the bottom. I had to remove the nails and glue the piece back on. I'm using my favorite wood glue, Gorilla brand, and some clamps to hold everything down while it dries. I'm removing as much of this loose veneer off as possible, and then I'm going to sand it down really smooth and really flat. One thing I always like to do is if I can feel it, I'm going to see it underneath of my paint. So I make sure I sand it down smooth enough where I cannot feel it to the touch. And then, of course, when I was sanding, I found more repairs. There were some loose areas and some gaps between the underlayment and the drawer front. It's important to glue that together because over time it could get caught when you're opening and closing the drawers and causing that wood to break off, and then it's just going to make a larger repair in the future. So I'm making sure I glue all of that and take care of all of that. I'm going to be adding new hardware, so I need to fill one of the holes where the existing hardware was. I'm keeping the other hole and using it as a guide to measure out my second hole. I'm using a wood filler Bondo product, and this stuff is pretty old, but I am going to use it anyways. It's really kind of dried out, but when I'm adding my wood hardener, because it's a two-part mixture, it's almost more like a wood putty where it's moldable or an epoxy type product. I'm giving everything else a really good scuff sand, but the top two drawers and the top part of this dresser, I'm sanding the finish completely off so that way I can keep that natural wood look. And look at this beautiful tree in my front yard. Oh, I just love the fall color so much. Isn't it gorgeous? I know for sure that this is going to be a bleeder, which just basically means that the tannins are going to pull through on my paint. So I'm using some spray lacquer and I'm giving it a good coat where I'm going to be painting. I started off using this Waverly color plaster, and I quickly decided I did not like it. So I switched to another Waverly brand chalk paint in the color mineral, and I definitely liked that a lot better paired with this wood color. Because I'm adding new hardware and the top two drawers, I am leaving them wood. I need to disguise the existing hole where I added the wood filler because this will not accept stain. I am going to add a little stripe over top of that hole. So I'm kind of just using some painter's tape as my guide for my width. And once I get that tape down, I'm going to use some polyacrylic and paint over top of the painter's tape. And once it dries, that's going to kind of create a barrier for when I add my paint. So that way I can get some nice, crisp, beautiful lines when I pull that paint off and there's no bleed through underneath. Then I used some clear matte polyacrylic and I sealed the whole piece. It didn't add any stain or anything to the wood areas. I just left that all the natural wood color, which I think is just beautiful, and I didn't really think it needed stain. So yeah, I did 3 coats on the top and 2 coats everywhere else. My husband helped me drill the holes for the new hardware, and then we added the new hardware. I went with a matte black. I thought it was really classic and chic and kind of masculine, which is kind of the whole vibe on this piece. And that was pretty much it, you guys. Let's have a quick look at the before you check out the final reveal. I hope you guys love it. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found inspiration. And I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great day, everyone. Bye.